Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Witness. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, and share. So today I'm going to talk about the most frequent asked question about the visa interview. So today I'm going to cover all the questions that I've been getting regarding to visa. Yeah. So I have my phone here with me, so I'll be reading them. So yeah, question number 1. When should I apply for my Schengen visa? When should someone apply for Schengen visa? So you can apply for Schengen visa within 6 months before travel. So if you're planning to apply in January 2023, right now it's a good time to apply. You can apply now. So you can apply 6 months before traveling. So even if you apply 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before, or 4 months before, then that's fine. But yeah, that's the time that you're allowed to apply. If my trip is full sponsored, do I need my bank statement? The answer is yes. Even if your trip is full sponsored, you need your bank statement, and the bank statement has to be satisfied with your bank. Yes, that's very important document that you need. Do you have to attend face-to-face interview for Schengen visa? No. With the Schengen visa, there is no face-to-face interview like American embassy. But then they will call you for an interview. They might call you. If you apply a Schengen visa through Danish embassy, they'll definitely call you for interview. They can call you once, twice, depending on your situation and in your case. But with Sweden embassy, they don't necessarily call you. I have a friend who applied through Swedish embassy. They did not call her and they granted her a visa. So there is no face-to-face interview with the Schengen visa. Do VFS call you to let you know that the visa is granted or refused? As we all know, most of the Schengen countries, they have partnered with VFS. So you have to submit a document through VFS. So VFS don't know that your visa is granted or refused. They don't know. Yeah. So as soon as they receive your application, your passport, they will call you to let you know that your passport is there, is ready for correction. But they don't know that your visa has been granted or refused. So you'll get to know the answer when you get your passport. Another question, do they call the working place to confirm? Yes. If you have said that you are working, and because you have provided your employment details, your employer contact and the names, they will call you to confirm that, hey, do you know this and this? Yes, that's my employer, that's my employee, and yeah, do you aware that he's traveling? Things like that. So that's why I advise people, you can always tell that what you have been asked by you, like you can always share with your boss what you have been asked by the embassy. Yeah, so that you have he knows what to expect. But yes, if you say that you are working, they'll definitely call your employer to confirm. Okay, and do I need to pay for flight before visa approval? You're not advised to pay for a flight before you have granted a visa, because you can pay for your flight, and what if you reject it? So you might encounter some losses. So they don't advise you to pay for your flight. Either you can just do a booking and provide those flight reservations, but you don't need to pay for that. And another question, I have an invitation. Do I still need a cover letter? Yes, you really need a cover letter. The invitation has nothing to do with your cover letter. Even if you have an invitation letter, that is mandatory. You still need to have a cover letter, and that's very important. You should write what you could have spoken when you could have called for face-to-face interview, because there is no face-to-face interview. So your cover letter, the only place that you can convince, you should convince those immigration officer that they should give you a visa. So you have to make a very good cover letter. If you don't know how to write a good cover letter, down there in my videos I have written on how to write a cover letter. The last question that I've been asked most is, how much money do I need on my bank account? Yes, that's a question. So according to the Danish immigration, because I applied for Schengen visa through Denmark, If it depends on how many days are you going to stay on the Schengen area, that's number one. And number two, it depends where you're going to stay, in a hotel or you have a host. So if you're going to stay in a hotel, you need 500 DKK, 500 Danish kroner per day. That's what you need. And I converted this amount, is like 71 USD. So you need 71 USD every day per day. So if you're going to stay in a Schengen area for 90 days, you're going to take 71 times USD times 90 days. That's the amount you need to have in the bank account, even if your trip is full sponsored. And if you're going to stay with a host, you have a host family, 350 DKK is enough per day. 350 DKK per day is enough. And I converted that into USD, it's 50 USD. So if you're going to stay for 90 days, you take 50 USD times 30 days. That's the amount that you need to have on your bank account. Yeah, this is the most difficult question. So even if you have a lot, that's very fine. If you have a lot of money in your bank, that's fine. But you should not have less than this. But this is according to Danish. But all the Schengen area, things are the same. So yeah, you're good to go if you have this kind of amount. And if not, you have to make sure that you have this kind of amount before you apply. Because if you have less, your visa will be rejected and they'll tell you that you had insufficient fund. So make sure that you are very good before you apply. Yeah, so these are the questions that have been asked most, and I hope that I have answered all your questions. If you have another question, please don't forget to write me. You can always write me and I'll be very glad to answer that.